Cal, first off, how are things with you right now? Where are you? And tell me about how things are going where you are.
I'm in Sunderland now, just at home, lockdown, same as everyone else. Just trying to basically keep fit, just trying to tick over, really, just waiting for as soon as the lockdown finishes so I can get into a camp and fight as soon as possible.
How are you going about the whole keeping fit thing? I just spoke to Peter Queeley earlier this morning. He's lucky; he's got his own personal gym within virtually walking distance of his house. So he's there training alone, like Rocky Balboa or something. What are you doing? I mean, how are you keeping in shape during all this? Because I don't know about you. I mean, it's very easy to just sit indoors and park yourself in front of Netflix, and things can start going wrong from there, can't it?
Oh, I've 100% been doing that as well. But nah, I've been getting out on little runs, and like yesterday, I did a run along the coast. Like, I'm lucky I live right next to the beach, so I've just gone along the coast there for a run. Came back, did a bit of shadow boxing, a bit of skipping. Today, rid my bike into the forest and did some pull-ups on a tree, did some sit-ups and stuff like that. It was a bit like Quayley's workout there, what you said, a bit of Rocky Balboa in there. But that was cool. Just trying to do that. I mean, like, today I've made a conscious effort of like making sure that I start to drop my weight now, because I'm just going to prepare as if as soon as the lockdown finishes, they'll give us a date. So I'm just preparing for that and trying to get as fit as I can for the end of the lockdown, so I can just jump straight into a camp and fight as soon as possible. Whoever it is, I just want to fight.
Yeah, I mean, the fight with James Gallagher. I mean, you two are rapidly becoming the Khabib Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson of Bellator, right? You know, it's the fight they just can't make happen. I think it's been booked 3 times now, right? And 3 times it's been cancelled for various reasons. And is this fight ever going to happen, or do you think it's going to end up you going separate ways and then maybe meeting further down the line?
I don't know. It's one of them things. Like, obviously, it's a good fight to make for where the division's at now and stuff like that. I feel like it's a good stylistic fight as well, and obviously, it's being built up now. But at the same time, it's like it's been that long in the making. Now it's just like I'm not bothered if I fight or not. Like, fight James or not, I just want to fight somebody. So if it is James and it comes back around, like, I do think the fight will eventually happen one day. But if it's our next fight, then cool, and if not, then it is what it is, because I feel like we're going to meet on the same path anyway. So I just want to fight. So if they say James is next, I'll sign again as I have every other time, and if not, whoever it is next, I'll fight anyway. I just want to get busy and get back to being active. It's been since last February I fought now, and it's a long layoff that, and I want to. These are the years I want to be most active. So hopefully get something sorted soon as.
Yeah, I mean, I was just about to say, like, February 2019 was the last time we actually saw you in the cage. Bellator debut, great win, and that momentum sort of stopped there, and it's been a tricky road for you since then. As a professional fighter, you get paid when you step in the cage and fight, and it's been over a year since you've had the opportunity to do that. How are you making ends meet at this point? I mean, everybody under lockdown is going through issues, and some people are being furloughed from their jobs or even laid off from their jobs. But you've effectively not had a legitimate MMA payday in over a year anyway. So I mean, how are things going for you?
I've got a little burner phone. I've got like little drop offs and stuff. Nah, nah. Basically, Bellator's looked after us like properly. Like, they've helped us out massively. Like, so in like the last fight there, like, I got paid when James pulled out because they didn't get his replacement and stuff like that. So that's basically going to keep us sweet till I end up having to fight again anyway. So it is what it is. I mean, like, I couldn't have asked to be a part of a better organization, really. Like, they've definitely helped us out and are continuing to help us out. They've said, like, as soon as this is over, I'll get a fight straight away and stuff like that. So it's I've been really lucky.
And presumably, the preference would be to fight on this side of the pond, right? I know you were booked for Dublin. I think you were going to be rebooked for London. What's the preference, right? Yeah, any fight, I guess, would be okay at this point. But I mean, where would you ideally like to take on James if that is indeed the fight that you get next?
Well, I know that obviously there's talking about Dublin card in September, and that's the date they're kind of roughly looking at. So, I mean, that would be cool to fight James there. But at the same time, like I'd love to fight James in the UK, but it's actually harder for me to get people to London than what it is to get people to Dublin. So I mean, 6 and 2 freeze, really, I'm not really bothered. But even if it's not James next, I'll definitely want to fight in the States. And I know that I've been told by Bellator that I will be fighting in the States regardless anyway. So, I mean, if this fight with James is not going to happen next, then I'd like to hopefully fight in the States. It's a big dream of mine. I've had my whole life to fight in America. So if that was what was next, then I'd be over the moon to have that as well. So just whatever comes next, just see whoever the offer is. I don't even care. Like I'll literally fight anyone. So just get as a fight.
So besides the training, what are you doing to sort of stave off the cabin fever during all this lockdown? Because everything's pretty restricted right now. So I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing with yourself?
I've got 2 kids, so they keep me super busy. But
you and me both, my friend.
Aside from that, I mean, I do the same stuff anyway. Me, I'm a bit of a weirdo anyway. Really, I train, and then aside from that, I do the same pretty much lockdown thing I'm doing now. I'd get out for a drive with the kids. So Jessie likes to have a nap in the car when I take her out, so that's a little daily routine I have anyway. And then we'll just get out for a walk and stuff like that, or when the kids are asleep, we'll watch Netflix on. I like watching fight footage anyway. I watch loads of fights every other day anyway, so I'm just pretty much watching loads of fights and some grappling matches and stuff like that, and just trying to keep myself busy that way, and just trying to remind myself of my goals really, and that's just what's getting me through the lockdown really.
Yeah, I mean, who are your favorite fighters to watch, or who's your fighting inspiration? Have you got is there a particular fighter who either got you into the sport or someone who sort of inspired you early on in your career?
Yeah, I used to love watching Uriah Faber when I first started. You know, he was a smaller weight guy who kind of paved the way for other people, and I always liked his fights, and Brad Pickett as well. I've always been a fan of Brad. You know, I like watching his fights, and he's he's a guy from England as well. Like when I fought Nathan Grayson, he cornered him, you know, and I had a little weird moment before that fight started where I looked up and I seen him and I was like, Brad, you know, that's Brad, you're right, mate. And then he gives a little nod and then that was it. And then the fight happened. He's someone who I've always kind of liked. And I've always liked Nick Diaz as well. I've always been a massive fan of him.